Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Hello and welcome to Money on the Floor. I'm here to help you pick it up. Talking about arbitrage, talking about cryptocurrencies, talking about trading in general. Talking about this ARB token is 7.176. It's awesome. Only going up. As soon as we get Trade Pro, we get those crypto debit cards. This will be $1.76. So right now it looks like it's up, but I think it still might be the cheapest you're going to see it for a while. So everything's going great. The last video we talked about candlestick patterns, and I just wanted to go back in on that some more. Everything's going great on my account. Hopefully your account's going good. Go over to Trade Pro. And it's going off and on. There we go. See if we can get a chart to come up. There we go. Let's take it down to a little smaller text. This is fine. You know, we were talking about candlesticks on the last one. And so let me bring that down so that you can see it real quick. Pick a few out, remind you what we were looking at. There we go. The ones we look at the most is going to be the engulfing candle. You have a bullish and a bearish. And then you got the evening star, which is the top. The morning star is at the bottom. Very important. Those are the other two. And then tweezer tops. Anything else is indecision. Now remember, you got to have these happen. See, this one here engulfs the first candle. It engulfs the whole candle. So that first candle's got to be inside the engulfing candle. That's probably the most important one right there. Besides tweezer tops, and also the evening star and morning star. Those are the ones I use all the time. Here's the morning star at the bottom, the evening star at the top. So now we got a picture of those in our mind, so that's good. Let me get this out of here. No problem. There we go, just covered up. So now we make this a little bigger. And you come through here, what do we see right there? We've got a bearish engulfing candle. Now, we know we're starting to hit support up here. So it's possible it would turn around. But this is a day chart. And even a day chart, 2 candles, you would have made quite a bit of money. So if you would have saw this happen, the next candle got in and traded that one candle down, and saw the green candle got out, you would have made quite a bit of money. Let's take it down to a time frame maybe we can deal with a little better. Here we go. Now these are also tweezer tops, but also it's an engulfing candle, bearish. And it sold off, went down. Look at the bottom. It's a bullish engulfing candle, went up. And where was it? We were at support. Let me make it smaller. See support right there? We were at support. We got the bullish engulfing candle. That's why you got to bring it in small. Come in here and put in all your marks. Now there's another way I do this. And I don't know if we can do it on this chart, but I know the MT4 chart we can. If we bring this down, we can put the moving averages on there. Here we go. And what the moving averages are, usually the 20 moving average, when it's below it, I sell it. Above it, we buy. Normally, that's how I normally trade. But with more moving averages, this is called the river. And anytime you're outside of the river, you always want to snap back to the river. And then also, you're going to usually bounce off of the 200 moving average, which is here. This is the 100 moving average. And usually these two we bounce off of, or cross through. But you got to be careful either way. Let me see if I can make this just a little bit smaller. There we go. Now, we're outside of the river. We're going sideways for a while. Anytime we're outside of the river, we always go back to it. The moving averages, we always want to go back to the middle. So what happens is you're looking for a bearish signal. And what do we get? We get one candle, then another candle, which just drops. Now, as soon as it dropped below the 20 moving average, that would have looked like a bearish engulfing candle, and I would have sold it right there. And then we come down into here, we go sideways, and we drop even more. And then we get this big wick. Big wick, I see it come back up, I'd probably get out. Because we're over here at support. If you look sideways, we're at the support. We wouldn't know it over here, but if you go smaller, I'm sure you'd see that we're at support back there. So you come down, boom. And then we're going to come up into here. We're starting to hit the 20 moving average. Now you got all these indecision candles right there, right here. And then all of a sudden you get a sell trade off of here. Now these two, it's hard to see. This isn't really a, this is like a harami right here. And then you got indecision, but right here, I would have sold this because we're coming off below the 20. I would have sold that. So regardless, so I would have traded that back down. Now over here, I don't see anything that would give you an indication that you'd want to buy. But usually we get out here, and I usually like to buy back to the river, but there's no candlestick pattern to take you back in. Whole thing is we're trying to look at candlestick patterns. Now here you got a morning star. You're all the way outside. You get a hammer, and all three of these candles together, that's a morning star. The evening star will be at the top. Now, this is kind of considered an evening star because all these are very small, so this to me is an evening star. I would have traded this back down. Now see over here, we have an evening star, but we're up against the 20 moving average. I don't know if I would have sold that. Wouldn't have gone anywhere. You could have, but then we would have got this candle, and right away we're going back up, so we would have got stopped out if you tried to. Over here we got a bearish engulfing candle. Now we're inside the river. We're inside the moving averages here. This is the two. This is the 100 up here. The two. No, this one here is the 55. Sorry, 55 is the yellow one. But now we would have got a bearish engulfing candle, and I would have thought about selling this one. Then probably the second candle, as soon as I saw it was a sell candle, I would have been in, and I would have traded it down until I saw a wick, and then you start to see a bullish candle, I would have got out. So it's hard. I mean, it's still not easy. Nothing's guaranteed. But if you can use the moving averages to help you, and also the candles help a lot. I mean, a lot of times I use like Hakanashi, which is like a trending candle, and you don't get to see really what's going on with the candles. But then I go back and I have another chart open where I can see the candles too. So it's pretty interesting. Let me see if I make the charts a little smaller. We can go look for other stuff. Let's go to a different time frame. Here we go. 5-minute chart should give us a lot of stuff. Now right here you got your evening star or morning star, shot up. Morning's always at the bottom, beginning. So I would have saw this. We're far away from the moving averages. I would have saw this morning star. I would have got in and traded this up. Now we got to cross the 20 before you get out, and we didn't. What do we got? A bearish engulfing candle. That told me to get out. See, these two are very important candle formation. So I know I'm getting up against resistance. And when does these things matter? When they're up against resistance or support. This is probably support down here, but we're far away from the moving averages, so I would have been wanting to trade it back in. And then you come into here and you got another morning star. You could have traded this one back up. Once I would have crossed the 20 and saw that we're bouncing off in support, you got another morning star right there. Could have traded it up and kept following it. One thing good about the 20s, when you're above, as long as you stay above, I just keep going up until something tells me to get out. And usually it's a cross. So I would have bought in here and got out here just because of the moving averages. So between the moving averages and the candles, it really helps you guys a lot. So anyway, try to mess with some of these. These are just a 20, 40, 55, 100, 200. That's it. And that's what the guys at the banks use. So I mean, I was trying to trade another company's money, and they had me go through their classes, and I was like, oh yeah, I know all about moving averages, but then I never really, I did a long time ago, I looked at them, but never really used them. So I always use the 20. So don't get me wrong, I use 20 all the time. You'll see it on all my charts. But this is something helped me, and I was hoping it would help you. I know I talked about them before, but I was trying to incorporate the candlestick patterns to help you. So the two together really come together and make something awesome. So at least it helps you give another look at it. You can always win? No. The market takes away 25% of your trades anyway, so don't worry about that. Just why you want to keep your money management intact. All right, you guys. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, stay Armstrong. Bye-bye.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.